Solomon calls himself the preacher in the opening verses of the book of Ecclesiastes, and I think that's interesting. So the term means a speaker for the assembly, and it's very similar to how we apply the term, a speaker to the assembly. But in both of those applications, I think that this principle that I want to give to you works. So Solomon was the speaker for the assembly. He was the most prominent person in the nation, and he had a certain mentality of vanity of vanities, all is vanity, everything is empty and pointless. And he says at the end of the book, of course, we've already talked about it, fear God, keep his commandments, this is the whole duty of man. But he didn't do that through especially the later years of his life. He forsook the commandments and principles that his father had tried to instill in him. And so he was seeking after wisdom without looking for the giver of wisdom. And again, we've already talked about all those things. So he had this very despairing mindset. And the consequence of that, with him being the prominent figure in Israel, him possessing that mindset, put the people in a compromised position. He set them up for division, for strife, and ultimately for failure. And that's exactly what happened. After he died, his son took over, and his son was a very foolish man, and he didn't take the counsel of the older men that told him, this is what you ought to do to endear yourself to the people and, make them respect you. Instead, he was going to come down on them with like an iron fist, And so the nation divided, and you had the 10 tribes of Israel, the 10 northern tribes of Israel split, and they kept the name of Israel, oftentimes also called Samaria. And then the 2 southern tribes, Judah and Benjamin, they stayed under the reign of Solomon's son. All of this could have been avoided if Solomon would have had the mentality to honor God his entire life. And the application that I want to make is that when our leaders, whether that be in a national sense or a political sense, or whether that be as a preacher, in religion, when our leaders possess a mentality that doesn't honor God, it sets the people up for failure and for division and for strife and for controversy. So we need to be careful if we are in a position of any kind of authority to possess a stable mind that is set on the Lord, because other people are looking at you. Other people are watching you, and where you go, they will follow.